Tonight, 16 Hoosiers are back in their homes in northern Indiana. They're preparing to move into a hotel as they get ready to be sequestered and serve on the Delphi murders trial. Good evening, I'm Jenny Runovich, in tonight for Felicia Lawrence.
And I'm Anne-Marie Tiernan. Those jurors are the people charged with deciding the fate of the man who's accused of taking the lives of two young girls, Abby Williams and Libby German. This murder, double murder, happened more than 7.5 years ago, and now finally justice is underway. Our Samantha Johnson spent the day in Fort Wayne today in the courtroom as those final jurors that will comprise the panel were selected.
And she joins us live from Allen County tonight. Good evening, Sam.
Good evening to you guys. That's right. The headline of the day is that we now have a complete jury for the Delphi murders trial. 12 jurors, 4 alternates in all. I can tell you today inside the Allen County Courthouse, we saw 3 rounds of jurors in all. It took about 6 hours inside the courthouse. We wrapped up this afternoon around 3:30, and it was a very similar process to what we told you about yesterday on day 1. So the judge first questioned the jurors row by row, followed by 30 minutes from the prosecution and 30 minutes by the defense team, by Richard Allen's attorneys. In fact, one of the questions asked by defense attorney Andy Baldwin sparked a wide variety of responses from 12 jurors during round 2 that is typically a very fundamental question. He asked, is Richard Allen innocent until proven guilty here in the state of Indiana? Like we said, a wide variety of answers from the jurors. In fact, some of them straight up said no. But like we mentioned, at the end of the day, we have a full jury after just 2 days of jury selection. In fact, we actually seated 17 people. We only needed 16, so we talked to the prosecutors afterwards. They tell us they're still sticking with 12 jurors, 4 alternates, so it's not clear yet if that means that one of the original jurors has been dismissed. That's one of the questions we're still asking tonight. As for what comes next, we know this team, this court, they have the day off tomorrow. The jury is set to be sworn in Thursday morning, followed by the court addressing several outstanding motions that have to be addressed before this trial can start Friday. One of the defense attorneys saying it best when she said, quote, "This is going to be a long trial. This is going to be a difficult trial." Jenny and Anne-Marie, of course, all that expected to start Friday morning in Carroll County.
Yeah, Sam, I know this has been a very long journey to justice for the families of the 2 girls. Were they in court today? Did you make any observations of them?
We did see Abby's grandparents were back for the second day of jury selection. They were inside the courtroom. Today, we also saw family members of Libby German. They weren't here yesterday, but they were here on day 2 when that full jury was announced. We also saw Richard Allen in person for the second day in a row. We'll tell you more about that coming up tonight on 13 News at 6.
All right, Sam Johnson, we appreciate all your coverage from Allen County tonight. See you at 6.
Also tonight, there's an effort to block the jurors from seeing the composite sketches of possible suspects in the double murder case.
Now, you likely remember these. The first one you saw came out 5 months after the murder in 2017. Investigators released this second picture in 2019.
So the prosecutors are arguing that these sketches in particular could prejudice, mislead, and confuse the jurors that are on the panel. And he says, in fact, they're no longer relevant because they were not used to identify the suspect in the case, Richard Allen.
So those sketches might be discussed in a Thursday morning hearing in court. You know, a lot has happened with this case over the last 7.5 years. We've made it easy for you to get caught up on all the major moments and developments ahead of the trial.
You can do so by checking out our Delphi trial special at WTHR+. It's available and on demand 24/7.
You can download our free app on Apple TV, Amazon Fire Stick, and Roku. Just search WTHR in the respective app store.